Do you suffer from go it alone syndrome? That's when you're a coach, healer, or practitioner that's so good at helping other people. You've got expertise, you're a professional, and yet when it comes to helping yourself, well, there's always that one thing that you're still stuck with, and it's so hard to get help or reach out for the support that you need. I've been there, and soon I'm going to tell you my story. So, the problem is that for coaches, healers, and practitioners, we forget that every coach needs a coach and every healer needs a healer. Now, this could come from places in childhood. Oftentimes, I find coaches, healers, and practitioners that had a difficult childhood, and because they overcame these obstacles, it motivated them to then help other people with their struggles. Maybe you were a latchkey child and you had to come home and take care of yourself. Maybe you didn't feel seen and heard and part of the family, and there's something missing for you. And maybe you're not used to getting help because as a child, you really weren't used to getting help. And so it's a pattern that's kind of stuck there somewhere deep down in your subconscious. And that's okay. We all have patterns and beliefs that we get stuck on. The problem is, though, when you have a pattern such as this, when you need help and you don't have the motivation or the reason why to go get help. So, this can be a problem if you're a coach, healer, or practitioner because you have clients that you're giving to all the time. Especially if you have a full client lineup, then you're constantly giving of yourself, and this can be very draining, especially if there's one thing that you're stuck with that you still haven't figured out how to solve, whether it's in your physical health or your emotional well-being or a relationship issue or anything else. If you're giving to your clients from an empty cup, not only are you drained, but also your clients aren't getting the complete value from your services because you're not showing up at your very best. Imagine what your client experience will look like if you show up being supported with your own coach, practitioner, or healer and getting to your next highest level. Your clients are going to have more value from your services. You can even go ahead and raise your prices. So, I'm going to tell you my story. I recovered from multiple sclerosis twice. Now, that in itself is remarkable because, as the experts say, multiple sclerosis is an incurable disease. Well, the way I look at it is disease is when your body is out of balance, you don't have the energy flow flowing through it, and you are not at ease. Okay, so diseases, in my humble opinion, have the ability to be reversed when we provide the right conditions for them. Well, in my journey recovering from MS, the first time, it was actually seemingly overnight. I had a belief that I could heal or that God could heal me, and that's what I allowed to happen. And my symptoms disappeared overnight. I had exhaustion and brain fog and weakness in my arms and in my legs. That disappeared overnight. Yet, what led up to that moment was a whole year of constant, consistent therapies, physical therapies, emotional wellness, spirituality, homeopathy, all kinds of modalities that I dove into because I am, like I said, a transformation geek and I really like to work on myself and heal myself. So that seemingly overnight miracle, which it was preceded by a whole year of different kind of modalities. Where would I have been without my healers and coaches that year? I don't know. I may have had that moment of faith and belief, and it may have worked, and maybe not. So, in any case, we'll just leave that question up to the universe. Let's go on to the second time that I healed myself. The second time I healed myself from multiple sclerosis was after I had given birth and I was feeling so great. Why not have another kid? And I gave birth, and the doctors said, well, there's a chance you might have a relapse. They told me that before I got pregnant. And I was like, okay. And I kind of made the mistake to let part of my mind believe that. And lo and behold, a month later after birth, I had a relapse and I had really, really low energy and weakness and brain fog. And plus, now I had to take care of a newborn baby, plus my three other kids. That road to recover from MS was very, very slow. That took about 10 years. And all that time, off and on, I worked with practitioner healer, a healer there, and nothing consistently. I worked on myself, and actually I had seen clients during this time because, like I said, I'm a transformation geek, and that takes precedence over my own struggle and my own pain. And I had great success with those clients because I put myself aside. And I may have been drained, I was still able to succeed with my clients. Imagine had I gotten consistent help in those years, how much more value my clients would have gotten out of their work. Now, they might be watching this and saying, but Devorah, Gila, like your work was amazing. Well, that leads to be seen how much greater my work is now than it was back then. And indeed, I'm in a much better space now and can serve from a better place. And my work does give even better results than it did back then. So, after that second time that I healed from multiple sclerosis, I looked back and I said, wow, this was a very, very long journey. And did it really have to take that long? Well, the answer was kind of yeah, because what was my mindset? My mindset was I was having a pity party with myself. I felt bad. I felt lost. I was not ready to get that consistent support. And I got the results that I set out to get, which was not very much. I didn't get over completely my MS for the 10-year period. So I'm a case study to show you that when you take care of yourself consistently, you get better results than when you don't. In that time after my birth, I really needed constant hand holding. I really needed constant healing, constant self care, constant accountability because I had a lot on my plate. I had three kids under the age of whatever it was and a newborn baby. And had I gotten the help that I needed, I would have recovered a lot faster. So that's my personal story. And I hope that gives you something to think about. So, when it comes to working with your healing partner, whether it's a practitioner, coach, or healer, you want to make sure it's someone who walks their talk, someone who's been there, someone who has a track record, and someone that you trust. And if you need help with this, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to support you. You can contact me either on this platform or at easeandflowsoul.com. This is Devorah Gila Berkowitz from the Golan Heights, Israel, wishing you much love, many blessings, and remember to connect to your ease and flow soul. Bye for now.